Okay, it's officially the 1st of October, which means it's time to start the horror movie review month-long fucking marathon. And what does that mean? That means I'm going to be reviewing a horror movie every single day for the month of October, the 1st to 31st. Now, excuse me, before we get to the movie, I gotta lay some rules down. Now, I probably should have done this earlier, but it wasn't in my head earlier, so we're just gonna have to fucking deal with it. Anyway, firstly, I am not editing this stuff. If I talk about a movie for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 10 fucking days, that's how long the video is gonna last. I'm leaving all the ums and uhs in there. If you see me staring off into the distance, it's because I'm trying to think of something and I'm not gonna bother editing it out because I'm just doing this for kicks, shits and giggles, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. So you'll either watch it or you won't. If it bothers you that much, you can fast forward to the review part. I don't care. It's up to you, Secondly, none of these films, with the exception of the last one, is in any order. The last film, which will be on the 31st, I picked because it's my favorite film and it just so happens to be a horror film, and I always watch it on the 31st anyway. With that said, the rest of the movies are not in any kind of list. They're not from best to worst, or worst to best, or first to last, or last to first, none of that stuff. Speaking of which, I'm also not going to be doing any spoilers on these videos. What I mean by that is most of the time you have these people that come on here and they review a movie, and instead of actually giving you their thoughts and feelings about their experiences while watching the film, they instead talk about what happened in the film and spoil every fucking thing. Now, I may give out some spoilers here and there, some minor ones, but I do it because it may have been a poignant scene, something that caught my eye, something that intrigued me enough to take notice of it, something that I think deserves to be mentioned, basically. And to do that, I'd have to spoil it a little bit. And if that happens, then I'll give proper warning beforehand. Also, I'm not rating any films here. I don't believe in ratings. It's stupid. Again, I'm leaving the ums in there. Ratings are so, I'm going to go off on a little tangent. Ratings are so fucking stupid. It's laughable to me to say, well, this is 5 stars, or this is 4.5 stars. Well, where's 4 3/4 stars? If we're going to fractionalize these things, is there like 4 10/8 of a star, or some kind of weird shit like that? Is there like some weird quantum equation to it all? Like when does a 4-star movie become 4.5 stars? It's stupid. I'm not giving out stars, I'm not giving out ratings, I'm not giving out numbers, I'm not giving out fucking magic horseshoes or any kind of shit like that. Again, it's my thoughts, my opinions, my feelings coming out on camera, and you get to watch it. With that said, let me catch a breath. We can start the review. And the review is going to be Children of the Corn. The original Children of the Corn. Okay? Not the 6 million sequels or the god-awful TV remake. No. The original, with Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton. Now, I know you all know who Linda Hamilton was. I doubt you know who Peter Horton is, but I guarantee you've seen him. He's done a lot of TV. He's been in a lot of guest roles And he had his own show at one point, which I love, but got canceled because that's a different story. I'm not even going to go there. Anyway, he's fucking awesome in this. And personally, and this is my own personal thoughts, he's rocking a better mullet than MacGyver ever did. I mean, it fucking rocks on this guy. Linda Hamilton, you know, she did this before she did Terminator. So here she's kind of like, instead of the kick-ass woman in the Terminator, she was kind of like damsel in distress in Children of the Corn until the end. Then she kind of got like a little kick-assery kind of a thing going. And personally, who I think is the star of the fucking movie, Courtney Gaines. If you don't know who Courtney Gaines, I guarantee you'll know his face. Just look it up on YouTube or even on Google Images, Courtney Gaines. Guarantee you'll see that motherfucker's face and be like, I know that guy. That guy is fucking creepy. And he is. Because I think this was his first movie, actually. And when he did this, he was forever typecast as that creepy motherfucker. And he earned it. He earned it because when I watched this, I think this came out in 1984. And I didn't watch it in theaters because I was like 4 years old at the time. But, you know, I discovered it the way a lot of people discovered movies back then on HBO. I saw that. I saw Courtney Gaines in it. And he was very young because he was like 19 or whatever. And he had on the farmer's outfit, you know, the flannel shirt and the suspenders and the fiery long red hair. And he had that stare, like that psycho stare, you know, like, I will fucking kill you in an instant. That kind of shit that just creeps you out. And even to this day, like the last time I saw him was in Faster with Dwayne Johnson. And he was fucking creepy in that too. He hasn't changed a bit. His hair got a little shorter. You know, he lost a bit of the hair. He's gotten a little pudgier. He's older. But he's still fucking creepy, man. It's amazing to watch. And to see him in this, especially as a kid, I watched this movie a lot. And even to this day, when I bought this Blu-ray, it was not that long ago. I still cringe at some of the scenes because there's so much tension and emotions, you know, it draws you in. Like, movies used to do that back then. It's not the same today, you know. Very rarely does it happen today. But back then it seemed to happen a lot, at least to me. And man, it's just it's hard to describe being like fully engaged into a film to the point where you're like, okay, I am so into this that I feel like I am there. And that movie just did it for me. I mean, like I said, even to this day, I still get like cringes from the music, certain scenes. There's a few jump scares. But the acting overall is just tremendous. And there's one caveat that I just remembered. There's one caveat, and it's pretty much in every 80s horror movie ever made. Well, not ever made, but made in the 80s. And certain 90s flicks. You know, there's got to be the big payoff at the end. There's got to be the big explosion. There's got to be the big, you know, confrontation at the end. Otherwise, you know, what's the fucking point? Well, in the 80s, and especially in horror, and supernatural horror, the big confrontation would happen, but it would happen in an 80s way. And that involves lights and kind of cheesy effects. And for low-budget film like this, it doesn't get much cheesier. It dates it. It dates the movie pretty well. I shouldn't say well, it probably dates it badly, but I mean, other than the mullets, I'd have to say the 80s video dating guys probably date a lot better than this. But that's the charm of a good 80s flick. That you know it belongs to the 80s. You know, not every fucking movie has to be timeless. I mean, Casablanca is not timeless, but it's still a great fucking movie. You know? Citizen Kane isn't timeless. Even Lord of the Rings isn't timeless. I mean, I could spot the fucking dated effects like that, you know? It's just there. But it doesn't have to be. It's still a great fucking movie. I don't get, you know, some of these people, well, it's not timeless, so it can't be that good. Well, fuck you. I mean, who said that rule? Who made that up? Anyway, that's a whole other rant. Not sure of the running time on it, but I'd have to clock it at just under an hour and a half. I could be wrong. And for the price you get for the Blu-ray, you can't go wrong. Picture quality is excellent, sound is excellent. Special features pretty much non-existent, but you know, what can you do? It's cheap horror movie. And for the first movie of the month, you could do a lot fucking worse. Trust me on that. Anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow, brand new film, because it's a brand new day. Doing it every day. Every day. God, I agreed to this? Did I? Anyway. I shaved my head because it had to be done. There was no way I was going to do this with a fucking mop on my head. And tomorrow is going to be a long day. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. It's an excellent movie. I think you'll enjoy it. If you're into new horror, you probably won't. And I'm talking, and when I say new horror, I mean like the Saw 6s and, you know, the Scream 4s and, you know, the final destination of the finality of that destination, wherever you're destined to be at. You know, that kind of shit. If you're into that, you might as well just skip this movie. But if you're into nostalgia, maybe a little bit of retro, or if you like tension and drama and emotion in your flicks, you can go for it. You'll enjoy it. It might be a little cheesy for you. If you like a little cheese, it's good. If you don't, you know, just pretend the last 20 minutes didn't happen. Kind of like how I do with the sequels, you know. I prefer that, you know, this is the only movie they made, in my mind. There was no sequels, there were no TV show or TV remake. It just kind of ended happily ever after into the cinema abyss. And that's where I'll end this review. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.